All right, guys, welcome to Sultans of Swing. Special edition. Usually we do this show once a week. This is the second time this week.
Yes.
I'm Tim Stoker with Frank Shallow.
Hello, everybody.
This is also our first recorded show.
Yes, it is.
This will be on YouTube. How's everybody doing out there, the YouTube world?
Watching us on YouTube Nation.
So we're slowly building this into something
that we think could actually be something.
Yeah, something bigger.
That's what we're hoping.
Right. That's the goal, is to,
be
rich and famous.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's everybody's goal.
That's the dream.
Well,
we were practicing our autographs and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, we were. That's embarrassing. You shouldn't have said that.
They don't know if I'm telling the truth. Well, now they do.
But we have some big news.
Yeah, big news.
Pretty big news. So, if you guys aren't familiar with Rawlings Red Label,
get familiar.
It's really cool, actually. They have awesome bags, wallets, belts, gifts, and stuff.
All baseball themed, right?
Yeah, like made out of awesome, really high quality leather and stuff. Actually, I'll show YouTube Nation my wallet.
Okay.
Got here the American wallet. It's got put that closer to the camera.
There we go.
Yes. Don't give away my
See,
card number.
Someone's gonna pause that and write down your credit card number.
But anyway, so I messaged them yesterday, just asking if they would. On Twitter, I messaged them saying, "Would you guys be interested in checking out the podcast?" And we'd appreciate some feedback. They got back. Well, actually, they followed right away, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." This morning, I messaged them. I was like, "Well, last night, me and Tim came up with the idea that we want to do a fantasy baseball league." Sultans of Swng.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that.
We'll get to that
in a second after we get through this.
Right. So I messaged them. I was like, "We're doing a fantasy baseball league. Would you guys be interested in giving us a wallet or something to give away to the first place winner?" And they messaged me back 20 minutes?
Yeah, it was quick.
Real quick. And what they said was, they go, "We will give you $100 worth of product, and they also want to be in the league," which is really awesome.
Big deal. This is exciting.
It really is.
Exciting times at Sultans of Swing. So, if you want to compete against us in fantasy baseball, if you want to compete against Rawlings Red Label,
and be able to win, they have
some
awesome
pretty
stuff.
Cool prizes. Check out their website. What's their website?
It is redlabelacc.com.
redlabelacc.com. Follow them on Twitter.
On Twitter at redlabelacc.
At redlabelacc. Give them a follow. Check out their website. See the stuff they have, because it's really great stuff. And you can win some of this if you join our league and you do well. Depending on what they send us, we might have first, second, and third place prizes.
Right. Yeah.
And it's
most
actually
likely we will, because everything they have is awesome. And 12. We're going 12-man league, right?
At least
12.
We're gonna see how many people are interested. Give us, if you want to join the league. We'll also tweet this out, but let us know either by texting us individually or getting in contact with us at Tim Stoker, at Frank Shallow, or at Sultans of Swing on Twitter. Let us know if you want to be in this league, because it'll be worth it. Trust me. Yeah. We have
it's free to enter.
It'll be on ESPN. Head-to-head category league.
Yes.
I think we got seven already.
Yeah, we have 7 right now.
So we're looking for
including us and Red Label.
Right. We're looking for at least 5 more, potentially more. And big league shows what you really know about baseball.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be fun.
But
and
definitely a big thank you to Rawlings.
Yeah, thanks guys. Awesome. That's awesome. All right, so since we're talking about fantasy baseball, that's kind of the theme of this episode of the show.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a little
fantasy preview.
Special edition, Sultans of Swing.
Yeah.
Podcast.
I like fantasy baseball more than any other fantasy sport. I think it takes more skill. You gotta check every day. I like that. A lot of people, that's the reason they don't like it, is because you gotta check a lot.
Right. I like that too.
I love it. Fantasy baseball, I love it.
Baseball.
Yeah, and it's the best sport out there.
It really is.
So what we're gonna do, kind of go position by position, talk about sleepers, overrated guys. We're looking at, since our league is going to be on ESPN, we're looking at ESPN right now. I'm looking at their rankings and their average draft pick in their snake drafts that they have on their site. So I'm kind of basing my things off of that. You want to get right into it with catchers?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so ESPN, at least I agree with this.
Well, you have to.
It's Buster Posey and everyone else at catcher.
No
right?
Doubt. Yeah.
Okay.
Buster Posey's by far the best catcher in baseball.
Yes.
There's no one close.
No, there's not, and especially in fantasy.
Yeah, because
fantasy takes account for offense only.
Right.
And you can make the case for Yadier Molina.
Yeah.
Because of his defensive ability and the way he controls the game.
That doesn't help you in fantasy.
Exactly. You can make a case for him overall.
Yeah.
For the best catcher in baseball. But fantasy, it's Buster Posey and it's everyone else.
So, I mean, if you get Posey, you're lucky.
Okay, let's say you don't get Posey.
Say you don't get Posey, you don't get Molina.
But every other catcher's out there.
Right.
And you decide, right now I'm going to take a catcher. Even though my strategy generally is to wait till a later round for a catcher.
I don't go early on catchers either.
Because, like we said, it's Posey and everyone else. If you don't get Posey, wait.
What's the point of
because everyone else is pretty even.
Yeah, like you're not going to get somebody who's going to put up good, like Posey's numbers. Like we'll go on a 1 through 10 scale. Say he's a 10.
Right.
Molina will say he's like an 8.
Offensively, he's even less than that.
I'm just saying, like on a scale.
Okay,
of
sure.
Catchers. So you're saying Posey 10, Molina 8, and then everybody else, like, is at 6.
I would make the case that
right
Jonathan Lucroy's on kind of a different level than everyone else. Like
He's
Posey, Molina, Lucroy,
and then everybody.
Mesoraco, Gaddis, Perez.
Don't even start with Mesoraco again.
What's your problem with Mesoraco?
I do not think he's as good as you think.
Why not?
Because he had one good year.
So?
I'm not talking about the Reds. Everybody knows.
Yeah, our last episode was Reds heavy. But Lucroy, I mean, he had 301 last year, 73 runs scored, 13 home runs, 69 RBIs. That's solid for a catcher.
Oh, no doubt.
You know, it's not really the run production that makes you a great hitter, but it makes you a great catcher.
Yeah.
Because it's rare that a catcher can hit like that. But there's some power catchers out there. Gaddis, who I think will be playing left field this year.
I thought he was going to be in left field.
But he'll be catcher eligible.
Right.
That's how that works. The Sal Perez has some pop. Yeah. And obviously my boy Mesoraco.
Salvador Perez was so bad in the playoffs last year.
Oh, he was terrible.
He was so bad. But
they somehow took the Giants to 7 games. All right. Give me do you have a sleeper catcher?
Sweeper catcher? Someone that I actually like, it's going to sound like a homer statement. I think it's possible Carlos Ruiz could have a bounce back year. If he's healthy, he can hit.
He's old, man.
He's old, yeah, but he can hit.
He can. ESPN projections 270, 45 runs, 8 home runs, 41 RBIs.
That's not bad.
I don't know if that's... I don't know. Say you're in a 12-team league. I think there's 12 catchers better than him.
Yeah. But as a sweeper, I'm saying.
As a sleeper, yeah.
That could be a guy you could pick up and could help you. Like
right.
If he's having a good year, that's a guy you pick up.
Look for him on the waiver wire. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, definitely.
My guy's Miguel Montero.
For the Cubbies?
Now in the Cubby Bears. He's got really good run production ability for a catcher. Drove in 72 runs last year. Not going to hit for high average. Going to hit an average amount of home runs as a catcher. Score an average amount of runs. But he's pretty consistent. And playing in Chicago now, I think he's going to have a good year. I think he's another guy to keep an eye on the waiver wire. He's not...
Could probably add a couple home runs to his...
Right. Yeah, he's not getting drafted.
Total.
And he's the 16th catcher on the board, according to ESPN, average draft position. And on average, he's not getting picked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think he's a guy to keep an eye on.
Wait, that's the order the catchers are going?
Yeah.
Read that off. Read like the top 10.
Okay. Buster Posey, Lucroy, Mesoraco, Gaddis, Perez, Molina, Yan Gomes, McCann, Martin, Wieters.
It's weird.
I have no problem with that.
You don't think Yadier Molina should be above Salvador Perez or Evan Gaddis?
Yeah.
I think Gaddis is really high.
Gaddis is high. People like his power.
For a guy who hasn't played a whole year.
People like his power.
I know they like his power, but especially in Houston with that short portion left. But
he's going to hit 25 home runs.
At least.
But
Molina's...
I think catcher. Molina got hurt last year, and that's scaring people.
Yeah, but Gaddis was hurt too.
I know.
I know what you're
But
saying.
Molina's like older, and
Right, yeah.
they're scared of a recurring injury with him.
But somehow the Cardinals win every year, no matter what. So I'm sure he'll be great.
If he's healthy, he's fine.
All right, let's move on to first base.
First base. The big debate at first base that I want to talk about is Paul Goldschmidt versus Miguel Cabrera. Goldschmidt is going first. Average draft position 5.4. While Cabrera's averaging 8.1. Jose Abreu's at 8.9. I would take Cabrera over Goldschmidt.
Cabrera's so like consistent almost every year. He's almost like he's going to hit 300. He's not hitting
and
300.
I think people in fantasy are worried too much about age.
Me too.
Unless you're in a dynasty league.
It's 1 year.
You got 1 year to worry about.
Right. He's not 50 years old.
No.
He's going to hit.
If you're in a dynasty league, yeah, Paul Goldschmidt.
Oh, no doubt. But no, if you're in a 1 year, like, just regular draft,
yeah,
don't worry about age.
Even last year, which was a down year for Cabrera, he had 25 home runs, 109 RBIs, and hit 313.
That's a down year.
That's a down year.
Pretty damn good.
That's good.
That's really good.
That's all-star. He finished 9th in MVP voting with that.
And that's a pretty big part, too.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge.
And Goldschmidt got hurt last year. Again, I'm not concerned about that.
He did well.
Not last year. Let's go back to 2013 for Goldschmidt. 36 home runs, 125 RBIs, 302 average, 103 runs scored.
Am I wrong, but did Goldschmidt just have a month where he just went on a tear in 2013?
Yeah, but he was pretty consistent all year.
I know, but I'm just saying, did he have one of those months like Dominic Brown?
I think so.
And like,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But if you're in a league with on-base percentage, Goldschmidt's a steal too with 401 OBP.
But then again,
Cabrera had a 442 in 2013. So
at first base, if you don't get Cabrera or Goldschmidt, it's not a drop off like it is a catcher. No. You still want to get a first baseman because you could get Jose Abreu, you could get
Encarnacion.
Encarnacion. He can hit bombs.
Yeah, he's gonna hit you 30 home runs.
No doubt. Anthony Rizzo, who I'm not really that big on.
I like Rizzo.
I wouldn't take Rizzo.
Freeman.
I had to.
Adrian Gonzalez, I think, is one of the most underrated players in baseball. They have him 8th. 8th first baseman being drafted. Average draft position 48th, which is late 5th round?
Yeah. Another guy, too, Pujols. That's a guy who went from being a number 1 overall pick for... Like, he was the first pick in people's drafts.
Oh, yeah. In his prime?
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah, he was
and now he's
best player in baseball.
The 7th best first...
He's 7th, which I think is overrated for him.
Over?
I would take Adrian Gonzalez over him.
I would take... Yeah. I don't know if
I guess that's the only player on here I would take over.
Overrated.
Yeah, I guess that wasn't the right word. I just particularly am high on Adrian Gonzalez. Prince Fielder's an interesting guy this year. So is Chris Davis.
Texas.
And Joey Votto. There's a lot of interesting risks.
First base, there's a lot of guys who get hurt. Now that you read these names off, there's a lot of injury-prone people at first base.
Yeah, there is. And the guy I'm keeping an eye on is Joe Mauer.
Is that your sleeper?
Yeah, he's my sleeper at first. He's 19th, averaging draft position 201. I like Mauer, man.
You always have.
The year he won MVP, he was stupid. He was out of this world. I'm gonna look up the stats now. Do you have a sleeper at first base?
First base sleeper. You know who I like?
Who's that?
Would he be considered first base? As a sleeper, I kind of like Adam LaRoche.
Yeah, he's first base.
I don't know.
He should be first base eligible. Yeah, he'll be first base eligible.
I think he's not much of a sweeper, but he's a guy people would never really think of.
Oh, he's consistent.
He's a guy who hits 25 home runs a year.
Yeah,
and he's since every year he's been consistent. Washington, what's he played there for? 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's been really good those 3 years.
All right, I'm looking at Joe Mauer. This blows my mind. All right, 2006, 13 home runs. 2007, 7 home runs. 2008, 9 home runs. 2009, he won MVP. 28 home runs. 96 RBI. 365 batting average and a 444 OBP.
Wow.
Okay? 2010, 9 home runs. 2011,
that was
3 home runs.
One of those years, you just...
The most home runs he's had in his season in his career, other than the 28, It's 13.
He almost doubled it.
Yeah,
He did double
he
it.
did more than double it. But his average was down to 277 last year. But before that, it was 324 in 2013. I think he'll hit 300 again. Which, if you don't get a first baseman early, if you don't get one of the top 10 guys.
Okay.
Mauer's a good pick because he's going to get you average on your team.
No doubt.
But having said that, first base, you kind of want a guy who's going to give you power.
You need it. Because that's like
right. That's the power position.
Primary power position.
That's the power position.
Unless you get one of the
big outfielder or third baseman. Yeah. That's it.
But
that's where your power is coming from.
There's no huge power third baseman anymore.
I think Josh Donaldson's probably the biggest.
Yeah. But like when you would think of power third baseman,
used to be A-Rod.
A-Rod, yeah.
Yeah, there's no power third baseman.
There's no real. Donaldson would be your top power guy probably.
Yeah. Let's go to third base, then we'll go back to second base.
Okay.
Adrian Beltre, first ranked third baseman, 22.1 average draft pick. Is he still the best?
I think so.
You would take him over any third baseman for 1 year in fantasy?
Yeah.
I would too.
Really good.
I would too. And really the reason being, he's going to hit 300 every year. He's going to hit 20 home runs. He's going to give you 75 plus RBI.
Yeah.
And nobody else is going to give you that average. There's guys who will give you the power numbers. No one else is going to give you that average at third base. Except maybe Evan Longoria if he can bounce back.
I like Longoria, though.
I do, too.
He fell... Tampa Bay is so bad, though.
If I could start a franchise with a third baseman, it would be Evan Longoria.
Would you?
Right now? Probably.
Not me. You know who my...
You know what? Well,
You know who I'm going to say.
Yeah, who are you going to say?
Mr. Chris Bryant.
I didn't think about him just because he's not in the big leagues yet.
And he has 9 home runs in spring training. I know. He's a beast.
Yeah. And this is another point at third base. He is being drafted 102nd overall on average, which is the 9th third baseman off the board. He hasn't seen a big league pitch during the regular season, correct?
Correct.
And he's going top 10 for third baseman?
He's a stud.
Based purely off of his minor league ability, and right now his spring training ability.
But yeah, you look at his spring training numbers, but say you draft him and he comes up and tears it up, it's a great pick.
It's a great pick.
Because a guy could easily hit 30 home runs.
Right.
He has 9 this month.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch him.
Me either. He's going to be a stud. Let me talk about this for 1 second.
Go ahead.
It's stupid, this rule they have in baseball, that he's probably not going to be on their opening day roster. Because if they leave him in the minors for, 6 days, and then they call him up after 6 days, they get another year of arbitration with him. They don't lose out on that year.
Yeah.
So, say he would have been arbitration eligible when he's 28 or 26. Now it's when he's 27. His arbitration's up.
That's the stupidest rule.
It's so dumb.
Yeah,
that annoys me.
Yeah, it's really a dumb rule
it's just
that
a huge
they need to change it. They need to change it. Yeah, the whole arbitration thing is kind of confusing as it is.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I would take him ahead of proven guys for 1 year, like David Wright.
I would take him over Wright. Yeah. If you can get another solid third baseman,
if you can get a backup
Bryant
plan,
and say
Zimmerman,
or
who's third base eligible,
what about Aramis Ramirez?
Sure,
he is underrated.
He really is.
He's underrated. His numbers are good.
285 last year, but he's usually between 280 and 300.
How many home runs did he hit last year?
Last year?
What did he have,
15.
Ooh, look at that. On the money.
Money.
He's a guy who you could get late. And
yeah.
He could start. He could be your starting third baseman.
Well, all right, for our league, are we doing the ESPN standard positions where you got, first base / third base?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you need 2 third basemen.
Yeah, that's a guy who you could easily have.
Chris Bryant and Aramis Ramirez.
But you're not going to have Bryant for the first week, probably. But
then you get another guy.
But then you have a stud all season
who
I
fill
think
that hole.
Probably will hit 30 home runs.
Bryant's an interesting case in fantasy. All right, let's go to second base. My biggest problem at second base is D. Gordon.
And I love D. Gordon.
Yeah. ranked 8th, 81.9 average draft position. I don't see it. Fantasy, all he's going to get you is steals. That's
There's
it.
nothing wrong with that. He's going to get you runs scored. He's going to get you steals,
Runs scored and steals. That's it.
Yeah, but he could... I think he could be...
I want a guy who can get me more than 2 categories.
I think he could be a close to 300 hitter.
I don't.
290, 295. Really? So I like
He hit 289 last year. I think that's his ceiling.
No, I think he could go 300.
There's something, I don't really know why. There's something about him that I just don't.
Not
Just
too
like
fond
he's so
of.
tiny.
He's really small.
He's so
He can
skinny.
fly.
Oh, I love his speed. Yeah, he had 64 steals last year, but I just don't. I think it's his on base percentage that scares me. You know how you know me and
I know you love on base.
OBP. Brandon Phillips and I would go at it. Did you hear what he said?
No.
He's saying that the baseball geeks are ruining baseball with their on base percentage.
No, on base percentage.
I was like,
is
are
a
you
big
stupid?
thing.
On base percentage it's huge.
Speaking of Brandon
You got to
Phillips.
get on base to score.
Yeah.
It's not all about power, Brandon.
But speaking of Brandon Phillips,
Sure.
you think he's very underrated, don't you?
Yeah.
His draft position.
Right. He's going. I love this. He's going 17th for second baseman. Guess who's going 16th and 15th? Jed Jerko and Runyet Odor.
And everybody listening saying, who?
Who? Well, first of all, Jed Jerko.
Well, yeah.
He had 210 last year.
I know. I don't like Jerko at all.
He's terrible.
Still what, San Diego, right?
Yeah. Him and their crap infield.
Infield is bad, but they got a nice outfield.
In 2
I love
years,
their outfield.
he had 249 in 2013, 23 home runs, 63 RBIs. Good power numbers. But he hit 210 last year.
I know.
And people are taking him ahead of Brandon Phillips. Again, it's the same thing we talked about before. It's because he's younger and people get excited. If you're not in a dynasty league, who cares?
Yeah, age doesn't matter. So if you're in our draft, remember that. Age doesn't matter.
Right, because we're not doing a dynasty league.
No, it's
This is a one-year thing.
thing.
And Brandon Phillips had 103 RBIs in 2013. If he's healthy, he's one of the best power-hitting second basemen who hates on base percentage.
By far.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to shortstop.
Okay.
Well, give your guy, who's your top target? Who would your top target be for second base?
Second base,
Yeah.
top target, Robinson Cano.
Yeah, no doubt. Another guy to keep an eye on, I think, is going to have a bounce back year, is Jason Kipnis.
I like
He
Kipnis.
didn't have a
I like
real good
Kippy.
year last year, but he's got some pop. He can hit.
Yeah, and
I don't know what Cleveland's going to be like this year.
yeah, we
If they're
talked
going
about
to be
that.
good. He's going to have a good year.
I think it's Cano and Altuve, and then everyone else.
Yeah.
Altuve, he's gonna.
He can rake
He's gonna get you your average. He's gonna be your average.
320.
Yeah.
Something like right around there.
He can drive in some runs. He's gonna score a lot of runs. He's gonna steal bases.
He can do a lot.
Overall, he might be the best second baseman.
You say if you have Gaddis hitting 3 or 4 there, I mean, you have Carter and
That
Gaddis.
lineup might have the most power in all of baseball.
I know.
Carter, Singleton, Gaddis.
Singleton hit like 192 last year.
I'm just talking pure power.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
All right,
Altuve's great.
let's move on to short.
Shortstop, same as catcher. One guy and then the rest of the field. Troy Tulowitzki, if
And
healthy, big if, best shortstop offensively in baseball. Not even close.
No.
Right?
Read off the top 5 shortstops.
Tulowitzki, Desmond, Hanley Ramirez, Jose Reyes, Starlin Castro.
Hanley's going to be in left field, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Right, he's shortstop eligible for now.
But there's no doubt it's Tulowitzki, and then you can wait.
Right. Well,
You could wait.
I feel...
Look down that list.
I
You
say... Here's my thing. I wait on catcher and second base. I think shortstop's deeper than people think. You know, second
Yeah, I know what
base...
you mean.
I don't know.
But I still think you could wait on short.
Yeah, you can.
Like, you
And
could wait.
the guy you need to watch for is Jimmy Rollins.
Yeah.
He's going to get some steals this year.
Back with Davey Lopes.
Yep,
When
back with Davey Lopes,
was with Philly,
first base coach
he-
with the Dodgers now.
They ran.
Or he
like,
has been. But Jimmy
They
Rollins.
ran like it
Yeah.
was nobody's business.
He's going to get some steals. And, you know, he hit 243, 78 runs, 17 home runs, 55 RBIs. Those numbers should all go up
Definitely.
with a better lineup.
Yeah.
He'll probably be the leadoff guy
He is
there.
that. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Mattingly
Keep
said
an eye
that.
on Jimmy Rollins this year.
Outfield.
Okay.
We'll just do 3 outfielders. Who are your top 3 outfielders?
In order,
Yeah.
Trout, McCutcheon, Stanton.
See, we have the same three, but I go Trout, Stanton, McCutchen.
Yeah. Okay. So, first of all, before we get into Stanton McCutchen, you had the first pick in the draft. You going Trout?
No doubt.
No doubt.
You have to.
You have to. Yeah, I agree. Because he's going to get you everything. There's 5 offensive
Stolen
categories.
bases,
He's getting you all of them.
On RBIs, runs scored. He can do everything.
Yeah.
He's a monster. I love Mike
He's
Trout.
going to get you all 5 categories. And this is the reason I like McCutchen more than Stanton, is because I think he's going to get you all 5 categories too.
The only thing Stanton's not getting you is probably
Steals,
and that's it.
Maybe average, but
No, I think Stanton could be a 300 hitter.
Here's the thing. I would take McCutchen with 3 out of the 5 categories over Stanton.
But you also
average, runs
McCutchen's not
scored,
gonna
and
hit.
steals.
What do you have McCutchen home run wise? 20.
He had 25 last year. He's
I'd have
projected
him
at 27.
I'd have him right around 25.
Yeah.
Stanton could easily hit 40 home runs.
Oh yeah.
50.
He's projected to get 40.
He could easily hit 40 to 50. He's going to hit 40 to 50, if not more.
Right. Right, but
that makes up.
That's one category.
I know, but that's making up some difference, is what I'm saying. Stanton's not getting you steals. McCutchen will get you some steals.
The thing, Stanton's going to hit 40 home runs. Who's going to be second? Like, he's going to be first by a lot. There's not, as far as outfielders, maybe Bautista.
Yeah, but
you know, I think like if you, I don't think one player's home run ability is worth taking him over somebody who's going to get you 3 other categories.
I know what you're saying. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I just like Stanton. I would take Stanton over McCutchen.
And you did.
I did.
Yeah, we did a fantasy draft. We talked about it in our last show, I think.
Yeah, you had the first pick.
I had the first pick. You had the second. I took Trout. He took Stanton. You know, you can't lose.
No.
Unless one of them gets hurt, you can't lose. All right, starting pitcher.
Everybody knows who's number 1.
I'll read the top 10.
Okay.
Clayton Kershaw.
By far.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Felix Hernandez, Scherzer, Strasburg, Sale, Bumgarner, Price, Kluber, Cueto, Greinke.
Greinke's that high?
Yeah, Greinke's pretty damn good.
I know he is good, but
17-8, 207 strikeouts, 2.71 ERA last year. A guy that I think he's at 16 right now. I think it should be higher than Matt Harvey.
Yeah, but
people are scared of his. I know,
but that's a valid point.
Oh, it's a very reasonable concern.
I don't think you could say he should be higher.
He's going in. He's going in the 7th round.
I think if you like him
right
so
now,
much, you can draft
round?
him higher, and nobody will have a problem with it. But I don't think you could say.
Maybe I will.
All right. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know. It's a valid concern. I would take him. Samardzij's ahead of him. I would take him over Samardzija.
I would take him over Samardzija.
Wainwright's ahead of him. I'd probably take him over Wainwright.
That's close.
Wainwright's got some injury problems right now. Lester, I might take him over Lester.
There's a lot of good starting pitchers.
There are. Starting pitching is deep.
Really deep.
Trying to think of a couple sleepers. Starting pitcher. TJ House for the Indians. If he gets that job, the 5th spot, he had a 3.35 ERA last year.
Yeah.
He could be one of their guys. Mike Fiers, or Fears, how do you pronounce that?
I think it's Fears.
Yeah, 2.13 last year. He was great in 2012, terrible in 2013, great again last year. So if the pattern continues, he'll be terrible.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll be consistent.
Never know.
Michael Pineda, I like. And then James Paxton in Seattle, a young guy, 6'4".
He's good.
Lefty. He's got good stuff. I think he can have a good year as well.
And another guy who's underrated, I think, a little bit, starting pitcher-wise, you'll agree with me, Chris Sale.
Chris Sale is
Terribly
almost
underrated.
Felix Hernandez level.
He's not that good.
Almost.
Yeah. Dude, Felix Hernandez is really good.
Let's look at last year. Felix Hernandez, 15 wins, 248 strikeouts, 2.14 ERA, .92 WHIP. Who am I looking at? Chris Sale, 12 wins, 208 strikeouts, 2.17 ERA, .97 WHIP in fewer games.
Yeah, he got hurt too.
Exactly.
Right? I mean,
I would say he's almost
underrated.
They have him at 5th.
He
If he got hurt again this offseason, it's foot, right?
Yeah.
Stepped on something, rolled his foot.
Stupid.
I would take him almost
Stupid.
third.
Stepping on stuff.
I would take him almost third. All right, let's go to relievers to close it out.
Oh, I think your number 1 closer is definitely Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah.
Or Aroldis Chapman.
Kimbrel, Chapman, 1-2. I would take Kimbrel. Chapman's going to get you a lot of strikeouts, though.
Yeah.
And that's worth something. And his team's going to be better than Kimbrel's.
You think?
Reds. Yeah,
I
I
hate
think.
the Reds. But I think Chapman could possibly be a trade candidate come July.
If they're out of it, him and Cueto.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would take Kimbrel. You know what? No, I wouldn't. I'm thinking about it now. No, I wouldn't.
I would go Kimbrel.
I would take
Chapman.
Chapman first for top closer out there.
Give me your
Because of the
sleeper closer.
Sleeper closer. Santiago Casilla. He should win the closer job for the Giants. He had a 1.7 ERA last year.
Yeah, he pitched really
and
well.
a .086 whip. He's going 29th.
Wow.
29th closer or 29th reliever off the board. Wade Davis is going ahead of him. Ken Giles is going ahead of him. Andrew Miller.
A lot of people.
These are guys who aren't closers.
Yeah, but Giles is going to get a lot.
He might be the
he's gonna
closer
get
after the trade deadline.
Yeah.
But my rule for fantasy: 3 closers, not 3 relief pitchers, 3 closers.
That's
every other pitcher spot goes to a
I
starter.
don't like relievers. I like closers.
Yep, because you need the
they're gonna
saves.
get
It's a
the points.
category.
Right. All right. So.
Oh, and just real quick, look out for Joe Nathan too.
Yeah.
He was terrible last year, but before that, he had a 1.39 ERA and then a 2.8 in 2013 and 2012.
Yeah.
He can bounce back. He's going to get a lot of opportunities. If he doesn't lose that job, he's going to get a lot of opportunities.
I just want to say one sweeper in the outfield that I like, Michael Bourne. He's going undrafted.
Yeah, he is. He is.
That's a guy I like. He can steal your bases. He can hit for average. He'll score runs.
The difference between him and D. Gordon is he gets on base.
He does get on, if healthy.
Yeah, and
That's
he's
the
going to
big
get steals. He's not going to get more steals than D. Gordon because D. Gordon's just faster.
Right.
Obviously, they're different positions. I know that. I'm just saying.
I know what you mean. But they're the same type of
If
player.
D. Gordon got on base like Michael Bourne, he would steal 80 bases.
No doubt.
If he got on base like 33% of the time instead of 28.
All right, so me and Tim, we came up with our, what would you call it? Fantasy dream team.
Yeah, if you could pick anyone you want from every position, 1 year. Again, not talking about age. 1 year.
This is what we came up with. Starting pitcher, we're going 1 pitcher.
Yeah.
Kershaw. Catcher, Posey. First base, Miguel Cabrera. Second base, Robinson Cano. Shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki. Third base, Adrian Beltre. Outfield, Trout, McCutchen, Stanton. DH, David Ortiz. Closer, I'm going with Kimbrel.
Yeah, now we disagree. Before the show, I said Kimbrel. Now I'm.
All right, we'll go Kimbrel/Chapman.
Kimbrel Chapman. Chaprel.
To be determined.
Chaprel. That's a word, right?
No, I don't think it is. But yeah, we need people in this league.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
Yeah, we want at least 12.
We'll tweet out about the details of when the draft is and everything.
Yeah, keep it on our Twitter.
At Sultans of Swing, no I in swing. SULTANSOFSWNG.
At Tim Stokel, at Frank Shallow, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat's coming soon.
Yeah, check out the website.
Check out our website. We're gonna have some more articles up there soon.
Yes,
promise.
Once again, thank you to Rawlings Red Label.
Yes.
Everyone, go check out their website and their Twitter, RedLabelACC.com and at RedLabelACC.
Yes, Lord.
We're really excited about this.
Lord.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna do another show probably Monday, previewing the Western Division. Then we'll
not probably Monday. It'll be Monday.
Monday, previewing the Western Division. We'll make all our playoff and World Series picks because that'll wrap up our playoff teams.
And then
we'll make our World Series pick, and then next week's opening day.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. I'm Tim Stokel.
Frank Shallow.
Thanks, guys.
Deuces.